All right, could you live an hour without fossil fuels? And as you see, I have my I Love Fossil Fuels shirts on, which I got from Alex Epstein's, what's his website? Actually, I don't know, but he had written the moral case for fossil fuels. I follow his YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the show notes, and there's Pablo. So I did a survey, a poll on my YouTube channel. We got 406 votes, of which 75% are smart and 25% are not bright. That's all there is to it. There's no other way to say this. So 100 people said they could live without any fossil fuels for an hour. So again, so maybe I'm a Luddite, or Luddite? Yeah, Luddite, for not falling for the green energy scam, eh? Then prove it by living without any fossil fuels for an hour. Not a day, not a year, not the entire world, just you for 1 hour. Can you do it? Let's see what some of the comments are here, because this is mind-boggling, idiotic. All right, so let's see. Quote of the day I pinned it. I could only live without fossil fuels for an hour. Exactly. Let's see. Hey, don't despair. Okay, let's see. My man Columbus says the errant presumption is that a massive effort building renewable energy resource can replace our current power grid, when at best will only keep growing with demand for energy. Nothing wrong with encouraging renewables as part of a hybrid system. Exactly. I can call them that. Let's see what someone said here. Very well said. Yeah, exactly. For 1 hour, yes, I can live without fossil fuels, says Sing Earth. But or a day or a year, you'll be living like a caveman hunting any animal with a spear. Exactly. Yeah, so he gets it. I'll go for a walk for an hour and then come back to my warm house. I think my man Sing Earth gets it. He said, yeah, for an hour I could, because you literally could. You could just stand outside naked for sure. Here's my man Ray. Your clothes are made and shipped, and your food is farmed and shipped with fossil fuels. Your house, car, tent, shelter is made with fossil fuels. Yep, 100% right. Yep, you're being too kind. They refuse the truth. Yep. Anyone who thinks they can do this is not considering the entire picture. And I said they are considering. They either are ignorant or they're foolish. One of those two things. All right, so that's right. So here's my man Pulverizer, and he and I don't see eye to eye on everything, but in this case, he's right. So all you have to do is strip naked and hang outside for an hour. Exactly. And here's Pauline, says, I live in Southern California with solar on my roof. Okay. So let's see what we said to her. And my house is all electric. Heat, cool, and water, all electric. It was built like that in the 70s, so now it's powered by solar. I bought it 30 years ago. Okay, it also has a hybrid vehicle. So she goes, again, I think a lot of people think if they have solar panels, they're living without fossil fuels. Then this guy says, everyone can see the point of your question. Why you're asking it? Because everyone can't see the point of my question. Just walk my dog for an hour on the boardwalk during the day. Don't worry, I left my cell phone in my glove box. On the boardwalk. How did that boardwalk get created, Let's see. How were the trees felled, milled, and delivered to make the boardwalk? How are the nails created? The trucks that men use to get to the job site. You see where I'm going with this? Yep, exactly. So you just carried your glove box to walk your dog? Why not just leave them on? You can't leave it on the kitchen table. The chance that you're not wearing something was not made for or transported by some type of fossil fuel is exactly zero. Exactly. All right, so here, George says only 25% of Texas electricity comes from wind power. Now, the funny thing is, they've been telling us all along that the Texas grid will shortly be essentially all wind, and now they're saying, oh, it's only 28%. So basically, whatever. I don't care. You're a blatant liar pretending that Texas power failed is due to green energy. It is, absolutely, because green energy is unreliable. But it's funny. One thing is for sure, the sudden cold temperatures are caused by climate change due to fossil. These guys can't get their argument straight. Natural gas power plants, one's more effective. It's just these guys are idiots. And that's the sad thing. These guys just aren't that bright. Or they just don't, they refuse to see the truth. However, it doesn't matter. I say, can you live without fossil fuels for an hour? That's all I ask. Can you do it? Let's see what the reply is here. Exactly. So my man Chris says, I see no mention of Texas in his poster question. I just want George Schneider to answer. Can you live off fossil fuels for an hour? Just because we use them, so here comes AK North. Just because we use them now doesn't mean we don't have to use them as much or be as dependent on them. They can be a bridge on which we cross and leave behind. Throughout history, we've gone through energy disruptors. Wood energy was used to mine coal, which built steam engines, which allowed it to be extracted, which allowed fuel, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All these forms of energy, but the role will be greatly diminished. Will they be greatly diminished? All right, so let's see what I say. I don't even know what I say. So you're saying so this is what I asked. So you're saying you can't live for 1 hour without fossil fuels, just 1 hour. All I'm asking, can you do it? And of course their answer is, well, we can't now, but we can in the future. Okay. Um, it's just not fuel and oil gas industry creates. These people are too stupid to realize oil is used for asphalt, lubricants, plastic. How are they supposed to eat when food doesn't make it to the store? Exactly. Kathleen, the smartest one here, says, I could only live without fossil fuels for an hour. Currently reside in Minnesota, and I could go without any power for 1 hour only. I know the temperature in my house would drop 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I would be able to live in 55 weather because I have a coat that will keep me warm down to negative 40. Plus, I have lots of down blankets, hats, mittens. But go for 8 hours. But the problem is, even all that stuff, you can't. I would suggest, you can't. I mean, so she gets it. I think she's just missing my question. So let's see what I said. I said, quote of the day, but I have a son who is a mechanical engineer, works in Minneapolis. The information coming out of Texas is false. The reason that green energy power failed is because the average winter temperature is 26 Fahrenheit around Dallas. All these solar panels were made to handle outside temperature of 26 exactly. Anyway, she could not. I mean, so she gets it. She can't live off without fossil fuels. Even all the stuff she talked about, her blankets and stuff are created by fossil fuels. I could easily live without fossil fuels. There's no such thing as fossil fuels. So believe that for a second that oil comes from decaying dinosaurs remains is laughable. Okay, I don't get that. I said, prove that you could. For one thing, the Earth. Okay, so all right, that's right. He's a so he's a young Earth creationist. And look, I gotta call it. I mean, people can be that. I just whatever. That's fine. That's not the point here. But anyway, the issue here is you cannot live without fossil fuels. So let's show you a video. I find this to be great. This is from actually, hold on just a second. Did we already miss this one? How do I? This is on. I'm not on Facebook, by the way. But how do I go back? All right, so let me pause this real quick. This is from CFACT, all right, the Climate Depot. How would life without fossil fuels impact society? All right, so we're gonna cut through this real quick. Most of the world's population is already living without the products and fuels from petroleum, while the healthier and wealthier companies are focusing efforts to reduce their emissions from the use of fossil fuels, natural gas and coal, with extensive subsidies to accelerate their country's intermittent electricity from wind and renewables. Before jumping too quickly into the proverbial snake pit of the green religious movement, Greenies should take time to answer, how can we maintain our lifestyles and economies without regressing backwards to what the world looked like in the 1900s? So we're just going to show a quick, for you viewing pleasure, there's a chart of life without oil, all right? Let's open this up. It's just these guys, I'm sick of freaking people who just don't know what they're talking about and sadly dictating how we live our lives. All right, 46% of oil goes to making gasoline, but what makes the other 54%? Medicine. Most of the over-the-counter medications, homeopathic products, and vitamins are derived by benzene, a product of petroleum. Cosmetics. Makeup and shampoo that has oils, perfumes, waxes, and color are all produced with the help of petro. Plastics. Almost all plastics are made from petro. From your iPhone to that bottle of water and the 4 to 5% total petro consumption. Synthetic rubber. Thousands of products rely on rubber, such as shoes, tires, wetsuits, breast implants, and gloves. Cleaning products, asphalt, and a few other products made of oil, and the floor wax, just the whole thing stuff. All right, so let's just watch this video. This is fantastic. Because this is just oil, by the way. All right, so let's just go to the video, and we'll watch this. It's actually not as weird. They say it's a YouTube video, but it goes to Facebook, so I don't get that. So let's watch, shall we? Plastics. What? TV's gone. Oh.
much your world depends on petroleum-based products.
Exactly. Right on, dude. So that's a great vid, and I highly suggest you respect oil and all petro. All. Pause this real quick. 1 sec. Trucks, planes. Sounds like you're pointing down home delivery. Snow plows, school buses, tractors. That's not part of electricity, by the way, folks. This is part of transportation. Fossil fuels. The world needs more Canadian energy. Canada action, right on, baby. Anyway, so the issue that we have to contend with is that respect, show some respect for why you live in such a wonderful life, is because of fossil fuels. Now, we'll see you.